Hi everybody, welcome. I'm a little bit early, just a minute or two, just so that I can make sure that everybody can get on and see what we're doing today. And also this gives the opportunity for the previous crafter to go ahead and get their stuff finished up, and then I can get started. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure that you come on, say hi. And I'm so grateful you're here. Michelle Reed, first one I saw. Thank you, my friend, for being here. Hi, Diane. Hi, everybody. If my surroundings look different, it's because I am in Poway, California today at my daughter's home, and I'm leaving. Hi, Jessica. I'm hoping that's right. Jessica. Hi, Kimberly. I know, you guys are going to be excited. Now, Nicole's already laid claim to this pillow, so I'm leaving it here. But I wanted to show you guys how I did this. It's super easy. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Nancy. Hi, everybody. Hi. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. Hi, Misty Fears. I'm happy you're here. I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Lily. So if I don't get a chance to say hi to you, just know I will go back and find out who all's here. Hi, Alicia, my friend from the other side of the pond. Love you, friend. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Chris Judd. So anyway, let me get started because, you know, people get cranky when you don't. But today, here's what we're making. And I promise I'll go back and say hi to everybody. Here's what we're making today. I found these pillows on Amazon.com. You get 4 of them. Hi guys, you get 4 of them, all different styles. So this one had kind of a blue tint, like a teal tint background. This one is just a plain white pumpkin, and they have 2 others that are wreaths. I am famous for doing this. I take pillows and I turn them into something else. So that's what we're doing today. And so let's get started because I only have 30 minutes. And if you need links or anything, my admin, Kathy Spang, is on here, and you'll see Studio MDAZ, or you will see Kathy Spang. I'm not sure how it's going to come on today. Thank you, Penny. I appreciate it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure you've got cardboard or something inside of your pillow to keep the paint from going through. Critical. Hi, Kelly Cousin. Hi, Debbie Stolberg. Hi, everybody. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun here. I'm flying home today, so today I'm flying back to Scottsdale, and it's super hot here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is follow the shape of the project, and you don't have to do any prep or anything. And here's the crazy thing. This isn't canvas. This is like a faux suede. And it works perfect, and that's why I did one ahead of time, just to be sure. Hi, guys. You know it's killing me not to say hi, but I've already had some mad faces, so we're just gonna keep going. Okay, so you need to take your pencil. You're just gonna follow the shape of your project. So all I'm doing is freehanding. Trust me, you can do this. I never show you anything that I don't think you can do. So I just want you to freehand about an inch. We're not measuring. There's no rulers because we're going at an angle and we're doing a curve. So if you can see, we've got the curve. Now we're gonna go up about another inch or so and do the same thing all the way up this pumpkin. Super simple, and it's a sketch. If you kind of, you know, get off your line a little bit, don't worry about it. We can go back and get rid of these lines, but the critical thing is to make sure you're following the shape. And this applies to anything you're doing. Even if this is a pumpkin on a canvas, when you're doing any type of a check or stripe or anything on something that has a round shape, you have to follow the shape of your project. I say it all the time. I know everybody gets so sick of it, but it's the truth. You just, as long as you're following the shape, you're going to be fine. So this is all I'm doing, and you can see I'm just doing vertical lines at an angle and at a curve all the way up my pumpkin. I'm gonna come up in here because you're still in your pumpkin, and then I'm gonna stop right here. The other thing you need to make sure is that you have an even number of ribs, whether you're doing a real pumpkin or a painted pumpkin or anything. You want an even number of ribs so that every other one is black and white. Here's what's fun about this one. We've got a stem separating the two, so if for some reason this one was not a perfect even, then it would be okay because you could hide it with that stem. But when you're doing a real pumpkin, it is absolutely critical that you have an even number of ribs if you're going to do a black and white check. So now I'm going to take my pencil and just go straight down each rib and count as I go. And you guys see, I'm not an artist. I'm not doing anything special. I am just following what they have already done. And all I'm doing, and I always say this all the time, I change paintings, I change pillows, because not everything matches my style. It's the right color, but I can paint it to make it the right color. I can do whatever I want because it's mine and I pay for it. So who cares? And some people go, oh, I don't know if that's ethical. I think it is. It's if you've paid for it, if you're stealing it, that's a whole nother story. But if you're paying for it, I think it's fine. So you can see now, let me show you what we've got now. So do you see how I'm starting just like a pumpkin would go? I'm going high, come low, come back up. High, low, come back up, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches between each line. That's all I've done so far. I've gone ahead and made my ribs a little bit more pronounced. And now let's just count to make sure what I've got. How many ribs? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, it worked out perfect anyway. So next thing I'm going to do is do a mark in every other box. So you can see I'm just going to go down here and do a mark in every other box. Now that just kind of falls off, so I don't need to worry about that. The reason I do this is in case I get distracted, somebody walks in the room, I'm watching TV, you name it, anything can happen. And I do this to make sure that I don't get messed up while I'm just not paying attention. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it. My girls will tell you that I'm bad about it because for some reason I hate doing it. I don't know why. There's no reason I should hate doing it. But I do, but when I don't do it, I always end up getting messed up somehow. And then I'll have one here, and that's it. So you can see I've got every other one. Now these ribs right in the center are gonna be big, a lot bigger than the rest, but that's okay because when you've got a real pumpkin, you do have ribs that are bigger and ribs that are smaller. If I wanted to, I could do a line right down the center, but I'd have to do it over 2 of them to make it even so that my little lines would work out again. But I'm okay with it. I like it the way it is, so we're gonna go with it. The next thing I'm going to do is grab some black paint and some antique gold paint. So we love a Mackenzie Childs look, which is a designer-ish look, and this is our take on it. So what I'm going to use is, oh, and you should be so proud of me, I turned my camera around today too. I'm using a Deco Art Americana lamp or ebony black. I'm also using a Deco Art Americana antique gold. These are the only 2 colors I always use. So we invest in these, and the first thing we're going to do is what's called a little bit of a drag. So if you're familiar with that designer, she has these different colors that come behind her checks. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to dip straight down into my antique gold, and I'm going to flip it all the way over. So you can see I did a healthy amount of the antique gold. I'm going to flip it all the way over, and I'm going to dip straight down into the black, but just a tap. I'm not doing too much, you guys, because I just see that. And then you wipe it on your plate to see what you've got, and I just want a touch of the black. I don't want too much black. So then I'm gonna come right to one of my lines, one of my ribs on my pillow. And I'm going to let the antique gold is always going to lead the charge. It's always gonna touch my project first. So I'm just going to lay it down on that line and push down. And you're gonna say, what in the world are we doing this for? We're doing it because we just like the look of a little bit more color rather than just a black and white. This gives you a little bit more color on and behind your checks. So like I said, it's just for interest, and not everybody loves this. And if you don't love it, by all means, don't do it. But a lot of people love it, and if you do, you'll see. You might, like right now, you're probably like, she's lost her mind. I don't know where we're going with this. But I promise you, you'll see it. When we get our black checks on, you're going to see how that color makes such a nice difference. Just make sure you keep moving if you don't have a full cardboard, make sure you keep moving it around so you get it. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is grab a Zen Level 2. Hi everybody, hi Jackie, hi Diane, hi guys. Oh, I hate not being able to say hi. I'm using a Zen Series 73, Level 2, number 8. And the number 8 just indicates what size. If I had used a 4, it would be a lot smaller. But based on the size of these checks, I can handle an 8. And I'm using that same black. And I'm going to dip straight down into the black. And I'm going to wipe it off on my plate a little bit, because the worst thing you can do is have too much paint on your brush, touch your project, and then you've got a disaster. Can I explain where I lay the double load down? I missed a lot of that, but if we go back, all I do is I double load my brush with the antique gold and the black, wipe it on my plate, see what I've got, and then I just grab any vertical line. I do not do horizontal lines. Some people do, and if you do, you do you. I missed 2. Okay, I'll go back and check, you guys. I'll go and make sure. But thank you. You see, everybody's got my back, making sure. You don't have to use fabric paint? No. And Cindy, the reason I'm not using fabric paint is because I'm not going to wash this. That's the only time you have to use fabric paint. If you want to wash your pillow, you can, because these are just zipper, then use fabric paint. But because I'm not going to, I very rarely use fabric paint, so that's why. But if you're going to wash it, or you want the opportunity to wash it, by all means use fabric paint, and you can get the same similar colors. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Okay, and then I'm going to go right to my pillow and grab one of my check boxes, and let's start right up here. And I've got a check in it, and I'm going to offload a little bit. And the other thing I want to do is leave some of the shading that's on the outside of my pumpkin that's going to help just ground that pumpkin. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of the outer edge of the pumpkin design just the way it is. And you can see I'm just going in, and it's so much easier on fabric than it is on wood, because it's very rare that you run the risk of too much paint and going over your lines when you're doing fabric. When you're doing wood, you definitely want to make sure you're offloading a lot better. So as you can see, and I'm keeping some of the roots of the pumpkin stem, and I'm also making sure that my checks touch. So they need to touch at every corner. Now this is a back rib, so those two are not going to touch, but that's the key to having really great checks, is to make sure they touch in the corners. So I'm going to go right here, right on that line, and just push straight down. And I know you're thinking to yourself, but now you're covering up all those antique gold lines. I'm going over them, and I am painting right in my checks, and the reason I'm going over them is because I just want a touch of them in the background. I don't want to see the whole thing. They're not the main character. The check, the black check, is my main character. So that's why when I get to the gold, I just go right over it. But you'll see a little bit of it stayed behind, which is perfect. I watch people do these all the time, and they have a ton of the colors behind, and I think, what in the world? You don't have to have all that color. So let's keep going. I got to go really fast. You guys have no idea how fast 30 minutes goes. It might be, like an eternity when you're watching somebody, but when you're actually doing it, imagine doing a craft that fast. If your husband's like, all right, we're leaving in 15 minutes, and you go, all right, give me a second, I'll get it. So again, I'm just making sure that I have that the cardboard or your parchment paper, whatever you've got flowing behind your pumpkin, make sure that you're moving it around if it doesn't fill. Hi everybody. Oh my gosh, you guys know it's killing me not to say hi. So if you're not familiar with me, I'm Debbie with Studio MDAZ on Facebook, and I also have a group called Check Savvy, S-A-V-V-Y, Sisters. And that is where we do all kinds of sharing of our projects with each other. And it's just a fun place for encouragement and a community of like-minded people that, just love crafting and things like that. And then I also have a membership group where we do major projects, we do lots of big classes, and we learn all kinds of stuff. And that's Check Savvy Sisterhood. So if you're interested, we've got links for those, and you can check those out anytime. And I'm gonna try and get through as much of this pumpkin as I possibly can before my time's up, because I wanna do some embellishing on the stem also. But I want you to see this, and it's okay to see it over and over and over, and it doesn't even need to be perfect. I mean, I'm not trying to be perfect by any means. I'm trying to do a nice job, but I'm not worrying about everything because we've still got other things to put over top of this black. I do a white drag, very similar to the antique gold, and so I do another drag over top of each check with a white, as you can see on here, which just gives it such another layer of texture. And these pillows, I think I already said it in the beginning, but if you're just here, $14.99 for 4 of them. And I mean, obviously, your husband's not putting his head on these pillows. Nobody's, you know, using them to take a nap with. These are decorator pillows that are just for looks to have around your house from now, because I don't know about you guys, but I am already starting Halloween. I'm not a big Halloween person, but I'm definitely starting fall already. So, like I said, even if we only get through half of this pumpkin, that's okay. I just wanted you to see how it's done, and I wanted you to see the pumpkin completely plain so you knew what you were getting in for. But you can also see how quickly we can completely transform this pillow. And if your house is more navy blues, this would be beautiful in just a navy blue. You could do the same thing I'm doing with the black and a navy blue. You could do teal, you could do any color you want. Just for fun. And this makes such a great gift too, because this is definitely an original. And you're not having to be a major artist, because all we're doing is using what shape that they already had, and we're just going over it and using it for our benefit. Okay, let's just keep going. I think we're gonna be okay, but we'll see. I'll stop about 5 minutes before so that we can get all the embellishment up here on top, because I want you to see what I did there. Oh, I see what you girls were saying. I can see where I messed up. So thank you for pointing that out, because I would have, but do you see why? So when you're doing your checks, why it's so critical to make sure that you do the mark in every other box, because just then, now I would have seen it, they called me out on it, which I love, but I would have seen it before I started painting, and it's just one more, let's just make sure what I'm doing. Just, you know, one more safeguard. So, thanks so much for being here, all you guys. I appreciate it. These are usually crazy town for me because, like I said, I'm having to work super fast, but I love doing these marathons to get to meet all kinds of new people. And also, I'm not usually in this environment. I'm at my daughter's home. I'm on just a quick weekend at my daughter's house. Now you can see right here, I'm leaving the stem. I don't want to paint over the stem because it's got to stay there. Thank you, Shar. My glasses are Betsy Johnson readers, and I got them at, these I believe came from either Marshall's or TJ Maxx, and they were in a box of 3. So you got 3 pairs of readers. One was tortoiseshell, one was black, and then I got these striped. And they were only $9.99 for all 3 pair. They're hard to find now, I think because I've had so many people comment on them and they love them, but you can see they're pink. They're adorable. I just love them. But once in a while you can find them on Wish or Poshmark or eBay. And we've actually have had ladies find them in the store. So if you go into the store and you're interested in buying these glasses, look on the sucker aisle or in TJ Maxx and Marshall's where they keep like their makeup and their shampoo and stuff like that, and that's where you'll find them. Or the sucker aisle where I get suckered into everything. Hi Catherine, hi everybody. Okay, checking my time, my girls are helping me. We'll just keep going. Okay, so you can see where I put checks in the wrong box, and whoever that was that had my back, thank you so, so much. I got to talking and forgot where I was with this. So I appreciate it, and you can see. So now I'll just go back and erase, not a big deal. But that's why I want you to do light pencil marks if this is your first time doing this. Light pencil marks. to keep you from having to do a lot of erasing. And if you do, then it's not that big a deal. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like on the inside so you know why you have to have something in there. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. And okay, so now of course I have all my checks in the wrong boxes, but that was my fault and it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but I'm sure I'll have people go, oh, you're doing the wrong box. I know, I see it. So anyway, we're here in California. My mom and I are here, and my stepdad, because my daughter and my 3 grandkids got baptized in the ocean a couple nights ago, and it was really, really special, and I wouldn't have missed it for anything in the world. But I generally live in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's where I'm from, and it's mighty, mighty hot. And it's pretty hot here in San Diego today too, I'm not gonna lie. I was outside helping my granddaughters. They're making gymnastics blocks, and I didn't even know what that was. They're blocks that they put their hands on so they can do handstands and flips and all kinds of stuff. It has a look of wide stripes too. It does have like a look of either wide stripes or checks. And like I said, you could cut those in half, but I knew we were going to be stretched for time as it was, and so that's why I didn't go ahead and do all of that at once. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna be so proud of myself if I get through this on time. It's very rare that I can do anything in 30 minutes, but I think we might make it. This is going to be a record for me. Okay, and this is where you really start paying attention, because all of my X's are off right now. So I'm really having to concentrate on what I'm doing. And again, just keep moving your little board. Catherine Scoville, your first time, well, welcome. Thanks for being here. Yeah, my mom, my daughter, and I went live yesterday together. So that's in our membership group. And we made the darling little tea towel aprons. So we made really, really cute aprons out of tea towels yesterday. And my daughter is a riot, and so it was a really funny little show yesterday. My mom is very funny and very, you know, she wants everything to be just right. She wants my daughter and I to follow the rules, and we don't, and it drives her insane. But it's actually funny. So that's why I'm here. That's what I'm up to. Flying home today. And I always say, if you're somebody that hates this chatter, I am not the crafter for you. I always work hard and we do the best we can, but we don't take our craft or ourselves too seriously. We like to have a good time, and it's more about just kind of being together and hanging out with a good craft every time. And we definitely focus on, we do a lot of black and white check, black and white stripe, navy and white, because I'm obsessed with it right now. All right, let's see what I've got going on right here. I feel like I've got one more right here. Something's going on right there. Okay, oh my gosh, you guys, I am so proud of myself right now. Okay, so we got all that done. I'm so happy. And you don't have to seal it. And I have found when you seal, thank you, Nancy. When you seal some of this fabric stuff, it gets a really funky look, and I don't like it. So I'm not doing it. Okay, thanks you guys. Yeah, it is a really fun group. We have a great time. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a white. It could be your base coat. It could be anything, a white house paint, a cream. This is just a snow white, titanium white from Americana Deco Art. And this is called dry brushing. So I'm going to take just a number 8 shader brush, which is just, it sounds so technical, it's not. It's just a long hair brush, a long hair skinny brush. And I'm dipping in, and now I'm going to follow the shape of the check, and I'm just going to do one line. Look at this, no big deal, but I'm giving it a little bit of a curve also. Why am I doing this, you ask? It's just for added interest. That's all it is. Again, if it's not something you like, don't do it. But this is just the look we like. I know if you're more into the farmhouse look, it's more of a straight black and white without a whole lot of this extra stuff. But this is more from, like I said, the designer look that we love. And if I wasn't in such a hurry, I would have filled in all the checks perfectly. But like I said, I just wanted to make sure we have everything done for you ahead of time. Okay, now we're ready to do the embellishment, which is my favorite part of the whole thing. So you can see what I've got here, and this is what I want to put on here. So I'm going to start with, this was just a pick I got at Michael's. It was $9.99, half off. So I got all of this, and let's decide what we want. I definitely want some of these green leaves. And when I've done these pillows before, some of the ladies are like, I never even thought about doing something like this. I know, you just grab whatever you can, because I think we're so worried that, well, what if I ruin my pillow? Who cares? This is not, you know, this is just a pillow that you're using for the holidays, and you pull it out next year. And I really want some of this color in here, so let me grab some of that. And I'm just using regular little pliers. And then I'm going to take the pumpkin part off. And so let's just kind of lay it out first, see what we've got. I know I want some of the green in there. And let me pull this down. I'm so sorry, so you can see. Maybe we'll do even a little bit more on this one. But you definitely want to make sure your stem is somehow showing. All right, and I like to just go for it, but first of all, I want some of the raffia. And you know, when you're using raffia, break it up. Don't leave it, rip it. Don't leave it the way it is, because it's too thick and it's not going to give you a good look. Penny, my grandkids are, and I'm just using hot glue, guys. I know, this is just a pillow, we don't care. Because this will work. I made so many of these. I do a lot for gifts. I don't have my, you know, the little thing that I protect my fingers with. Okay, guys, we have like 2 minutes, so we're gonna finish it. How much money? Barbara Hudson, this will be at our auction for anybody interested. I have an auction every once in a while where I sell everything I've made up until that point. And so we're doing that on Sunday, September 19. However, unfortunately, I hate to keep saying it, but it's in our membership group, which is where we do the most. Do you guys know this little trick? If you put some hot glue on the end of your next glue stick, it immediately, you know, molds itself to the previous one, so you don't have that gap where you're just continuing to, you know, push. How crazy is this, you guys? It is just hot glue, paint right on your pillow. Easy peasy. And, you know, this might not be for everybody, and that is okay. It doesn't have to be. That's what makes the world go round. Okay, and then I'm just taking some ribbon. I got this at Michael's. And, oh wait, nope, I got this at Hobby Lobby, sorry. And it is called, let's see, it's just the Jumbo Roll Robert Stanley Collection, Hobby Lobby, no big deal. And you can see I am not a master of bows, but that's okay, because when I get done, they always look cute. Pull it, fluff it out, make it a little bit smaller, fluff it out again, lay it in there, look at that. And then I'm gonna cut it up. I'm so sorry I'm going so fast, but I really have to make sure I don't get in on somebody else's time. Let's see, I always get messed up on these. There we go. Okay, so let's hot glue that down, which I have a ton of hot glue down here already. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I can either grab a pumpkin this color, which actually is adorable because it helps pull in the gold, or I can use one that's painted. I personally like the gold. I think we have enough paint. And ta-da! Ta-da! In 30 minutes, you have a whole new pillow for fall. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for being here. It is such a whirlwind and it's so crazy. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you follow us, and I hope you'll follow the vintage and the thrifted and vintage marathon for the rest of the day today and tomorrow, and join us on Czech Savvy Sisters, Studio MDAZ, Czech Savvy Sisterhood. Have a great day. Love you all. Thanks so much for watching.